Hey guys, on Sunday I went to go and see the new Avatar: The Way of Water. I had a bit of a situation that happened, so I will be seeing this again, but I'm confident that I can do my review. Jim, wow, 13 years, you can clearly see that the man has learnt from the experience of Avatar 1, and this very much has that element of planet activism throughout the movie, and this similar theme popped up in the original Avatar as well. I think what he did with the characters of Sam, Neytiri, really feel like he allowed the characters to grow, and you really see within those 13 years between Avatar 1 and this one that the characters have really grown, and they also put a bit of a caveat in for everyone where since he has spoken Na'vi from over those 13 years, the language that they speak to him is very much, it's like English for everyone else. So they did put that little thing in so it would be better understood. Like, he even said himself, he can speak Na'vi better than he can speak English. And so they didn't really hear a lot of the Na'vi language, which probably helped Sam and Zoe out a lot. And probably Kate as well. And I think that made it a lot more relatable and accessible, because in the original they spoke a lot of the language and it might have been hard for people to understand. So I like that little caveat. I also noticed when we transitioned from the tree Na'vi to the ocean Na'vi, that the skin tones are very, very different. With Sam and Neytiri, they are a bit more of a darker blue, while Kate and Cliff, I think that's the actor who plays her husband, are more of a sky blue. I thought that was a really well placed metaphor, that you could really tell the difference between these Na'vi species, which correlates back into real world where different people from different races look very different but yet very similar. Like, if I met my African doppelganger, my skin tone would be very different, hypothetically. And I like the fact that Sam, Neytiri, and their children really got to learn something new. And I think putting them sort of, they were the aliens in this culture, in Kate's tribe. And you really got to see them learn, which is exactly what Sam had to learn in the first movie, where he was the alien going into the native. So I thought that was a really nice parallel between with it. And I think having one of Sam's kids befriend a ocean creature is very similar to what Sam did in the first movie. There's a lot of parallels, and as a fan of the original, I could see Jim took a lot of elements from the original movie, like them going from their tribe to another tribe, which is very much similar to what Sam did in the first movie. Sam having to be more of a warrior and more of a leader, which is very similar to what happened to one of their children. And I think having Steven sort of back as a main protagonist. Yes, Steven is back. Stephen Lang. If you don't remember him, he plays the Colonel in the first movie. That prick is back. And the way they sort of wrote around having Steven back I thought was absolutely genius. And there's alien child that you do see in the trailers that's also explained. I thought that was I think it sort of humanized Steven's character. And I think so, let's just say I was hoping this guy would die again, but I'm not going to tell you what happened. I saw this in a 4D screening, and I would recommend probably seeing this in either a 4D setting or a 3D setting, because I felt really enhanced the movie experience. And I did see a re-release of of the original movie a couple of months ago, and I do actually own the collector's edition of the original. So you could definitely say I was probably one of the people that went to see this movie that were a fan, and I probably will buy this on Blu-ray in an extended form, and I probably will go and see the rest of the series. The reason why I'm saying that is at the end of the movie where the credits started rolling, I had the most extreme, and I do mean extreme, even more extreme than when I saw Lion King, the remake, Beauty and the Beast, the remake. I was paralyzed, and I literally mean paralyzed. I was crying. I happened to make the stupid mistake of wearing mascara that day. Ooh, I'm not making that mistake again. I was crying. I couldn't move. All I did was walk to going to my bag to grab a tissue to wipe my eyes. But I literally could not leave my seat. And I hypothetically predicted it before I walked into the movie, that I would sit there in utter shock. I knew I would cry, because when I see the movie, either on Disney Plus, or I pull out my DVD of the original movie, I cry. And I knew it would be extreme, but I didn't think it would be that extreme. So I'm definitely giving this a 5 out of 5 extreme reaction. And I probably will go and see it again, because as I hinted at the start, we actually had a fire alarm hit 20 minutes into the movie. Oh! So I probably will see this, and my sister Wendy, who you know on this, has definitely have got interest. But I actually have to take my mother to a movie for Christmas before I can take her to see Avatar, which actually will inform a little, because we're actually going to Disney World. It's actually a Pandora Land, so I can't wait to see if there's any touches of this movie way of water in the land. So I can't wait to see. So is there any movies you want me to find, either on Disney Plus, Netflix, or even Apple? Well, specifically, I have to rent it on Apple. I don't actually have Apple TV. So please let me know. Please like and subscribe, and wait to see what my next review is going to be. Ciao.